There's a whole separate talk I could give on that fact. But that would relate to one of the books I wrote. And then I'd be giving a book talk, which I did. That's the space book, right? Space Chronicles. Because that's when you're on our way to the moon. And when you have a big grand vision in front of a country, it shapes your culture. It shapes how you think, how you feel, what you dream about, how you want tomorrow to be compared to how it is today. It affects all aspects of life. So this is not what it looks like. Right? I look around the country today, and I see stuff that is just, I don't know. A headline in the newspaper, half the schools in the district are below average. Isn't that kind of what it happened? Something half below. You expect that, wouldn't you? Not exactly, maybe, but... Any math people in here? Well, a lot of you. Okay, so if exactly half is below the average, what do you call that? No, it would be the median. Yeah, the median would be the middle, right? Instead of the average. So I'm just saying, you'd expect a lot of data to be below the average. So this is a scientifically illiterate journalist, right? And then it just keeps going. Here's another headline. 80% of airplane crash survivors study the locations of the exit doors on takeoff. It was this study that led to why even today in the airplane, they say, they didn't used to announce this. If you're old enough to remember when they started, they now say, take a look around you for your nearest exit, and the nearest exit might be behind you. It's because of that study that found that 80% of airplane crash survivors studied where the exit doors were on takeoff because it's on the seat back pocket diagram. All right, here's the problem. So, suppose 100% of the dead people study the locations of the exit doors on takeoff. That would mean studying where the exit doors are reduce your chances of survival. But you'll never know this because dead people don't talk. They don't respond to surveys. Did you read where the exit doors were? In Congress. Just to remind you what 360 degrees is. So I thought about this and I said, we have a mathematically illiterate member of Congress, or more terrifying would be that they understand what they're saying. I want you to think they've changed their mind, but in fact didn't, and is not lying about it. Say, that would be a sinister use of math in politics. You know, I kind of want that. Well, at least you know they know some math, you know? Sorry, I'm screaming. I live in New York City, a lot of tall buildings there. I live in Manhattan. I did a study, not a funded study, but I walked Broadway. And I walked into every elevator bank that I was allowed to enter. And I looked at 80% of the elevator banks resemble this. Okay? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14! This is 21st century America. And walking among us are people afraid of the number 13. Yeah, we're leaders of the world, aren't we? By the way, I don't mind some people being afraid of the number 13, but apparently many of those who are afraid of the number 13 design elevators, right? So what superstitions do they have? I feel like taking my Sharpie, crossing out 14 and saying, that's the 13th floor. We're not fooling anybody. Then you get, I don't have a photo of it, you get to the lobby, and below the lobby, what are those floors called? Basement B, S, B, S, B, B, L, L. I'm thinking, can I buy a vowel or something? What's going on down here? We have a perfectly good mechanism for describing floors below ground. Right? This was invented a long time ago. They're called negative numbers. Right? But somehow in America, we fear negative numbers. Accountants fear negative numbers. But then they use parentheses. Ever seen an accounting ledger? No, don't put a minus sign there. That's spooky. Parentheses. There you go. You know who in the world? What country in the world is not afraid of negative numbers?
Germany.
Germany. Let's find out how not afraid of negative numbers they are. Whoa, there you go. You can't see it at the bottom, it's a little cut off. This is not the math museum. It's not the science museum. It's the German History Museum. Their history museum, they've got negative floors in Germany. And who are we to say that this was not shocking to them simply because they had mathematical distribution functions on their currency? In case you missed it in the previous slide. There's also profound science illiteracy, not just math illiteracy. Here's a book. It's hard to see on the front. How to defend yourself against alien abduction. So someone wrote this book, sold it to a publisher. The publisher printed it, put it on bookshelves. People bought. I bought this book. I read this book. I heeded its advice. That's why I'm here now, right? Clearly. Do not drive alone on a country road at night. Recommendation number 1. So this is our country. And 2 years ago, forget the 2012 end of the year before that, you remember this guy, okay? It was like Judgment Day, May 21st, 2011. People trying to say the world is going to end. And it's not this guy here. He just happens to be in the photo. Somebody else. I forgot the guy's name. But he convinced a whole lot of people that the world was going to come to an end. And yes, you'll have crazy people. I understand that. Crazy in this way. But what concerns me is when other people follow after him. Like he's the truth teller out there. And so this concern, what country is this? I don't know. And then a year and a half later, it was the 2012 end of the world. This one, what's this one titled? Tactics and Survival Places for the Coming Pole Shift. There's no greater evidence for the failure of the American educational system than what I've been showing. You didn't laugh at that one, did you? Here's one. Might be hard to read from a distance. This shows you where the United States is among other countries. The top is cut off. So this is a chart, and it's like a bar chart. And so what to pay attention to is the dark green bars, right? And so here's the question. It's a simple question. Did human beings, as we know them, develop from earlier species of animals? And if you say yes to that question, it means you know and understand evolution, and you end up with the bar, okay? If you say no, it means somehow you and evolution don't get along, and then you are the lighter color bar on the right-hand side. And if you're right in the middle, it means you're not sure. So this is, 30 countries in the world ranked by... It's like messing with the sound people. So it's ranked. So where is the United States on the list of countries who would answer yes to that question? So at the top is Iceland, Denmark, Sweden, France, Japan, Britain, Norway, Belgium, Spain, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Hungary, Luxembourg, Ireland, Slovenia, Finland, Czech Republic, Estonia, Portugal, Malta, Switzerland, Slovak Republic, Poland, Austria, Croatia, Romania, Greece, Bulgaria, Lithuania, Latvia, Cyprus, United States. Then Turkey. Right? So this is kind of interesting. It's just interesting information. We also have a kind of a fear of physics. I'm a member of what's called the American Physical Society. It's the National Organization of Physicists. And there's a few of us, and we have conventions in various cities, as any organization would. And one year we held the convention in Las Vegas. It's a big convention town, of course. Subsequently, Las Vegas asked the APS low battery. Subsequently, Las Vegas asked the APS to never return to their city. Fear of physics. So, and here's something else. It's just curious. We have another microphone. Ooh, thank you. There we go. Okay. So we've asked, well, who is sort of physics illiterate? There's nothing wrong with being physics illiterate. The problem is when you are physics illiterate and don't know that you're physics illiterate and think that you're not. All right? So here's an example of people who should have known more physics before they took out this ad campaign. Okay, this requires some explanation. All right? This is a Holiday Inn. And they had a new campaign, not a campaign, a new ad